Hi, welcome back to another session of Prodigy Talks. And again, this is Siddhant Sir from PCS, from Prodigy Consultancy Services. Today, joining us will be Chetanya Makkar. He's a student whom we worked for and with a few years back, and right now he is studying at University of Maryland College Park. A great guy from Step by Step, and he will be joining us soon for this video. So we'll just take a minute more. Hi Saib, and Chaitanya has, I think, joined. Though I've sent him.
Hi.
Hi Chaitanya, how are you?
I'm good. Can you hear me?
So yeah, all good. It's
Okay.
very audible,
Okay.
and we have some people who've already joined us.
Mm-hmm.
And before we take this further, I just wanted to introduce you first. Yes, this is Chaitanya. He's studying at University of Maryland College Park. He's now in his senior year, and he's been in the US for the last 3.5 years now. He's been exposed to a lot of fronts. That has even been teaching assistant. He's been teaching AP mathematics. And Chaitanya, you've also, of course, been through a lot of courses and even have checked out what courses you've changed from first year to second year to third year. And we have our viewers here with all our good friends and some parents. So, Chaitanya, to begin with, our major first concern, what people want you to address is, do they allow a course change when you enter a university in the first year, and how comfortable is this transition? Is it audible to you, Chaitanya? I think we've just lost connectivity with it. Oh, I think we've lost connectivity. He'll of course join back. So Chaitanya is sending me another.
Okay. Yeah. Somehow it kicked me out. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Yeah.
So our first concern is, how do you tell people that what course they go for and how easy it is to switch from one course or a majors from the
Mm-hmm.
university you entered from the first year to the second or maybe to the third? On to you,
Yeah.
sir.
So, when you choose a course, I think the first thing should be, are you really interested in it? And graduate, because how the situations are coming out to be now, you really want to take a course which you know you'll be getting a job in, or you want to pursue grad school, whatever you want to do, something that
Okay.
interests you.
Okay.
When it comes to switching, so my personal experience, I went in as a computer science major. So decided that I want to take up finance and switch something to the quant side or the statistics side, and I picked up a minor instead of switching my major.
Yeah.
But switching majors is not hard if you're in the same school of it. So let's say you get admitted to, let's say, the business school or the computer science school, and you want to switch majors within the school, that's pretty much really easy. You can just submit a form and switch. But if you want to go across schools, that's something where US universities in particular are like, okay, like show us why you want to do it and what makes you capable enough to even switch to that major now and why you decided that. Because it's still undergrad, so like it doesn't really matter, but they want to see exactly why you want to switch.
So if your reason of switching is justified, uh, I mean, and if a student has entered, I remember you went for computer science majors, right?
Yeah.
And probably if they want to do econ or finance or technology courses which are not in their majors, this with the reasoning, whatever the reason may be, it's good enough for people to just switch over, and the university allows that, or they look for a minimum GPA or a minimum subject which you should be doing in your first sem or second sem, something like
Yeah.
that.
So here's the catch actually. So what happens is you submit an application, and when you submit an application, they make you write essays of
Yeah,
like where you see yourself in 5 years, why do you want to do this, how can it
yeah,
help you, stuff like that. But
yeah.
also my school particularly has a lot of prerequisites. So let's say for me, when I took up like computational finance as a minor, I
Mm-hmm.
had to do a lot of courses just to make myself even like applicable for that application or even that minor in particular.
Mm.
Because the computational finance minor in particular at Maryland is super selective. So they
Okay.
want to see people like, okay, they've taken this coursework, they have a minimum GPA, like you said, they're
Yeah.
capable enough, let's take them in. But I know people at Purdue and other schools across the US, and same. Like if you're switching within a school, it's not that like hard. You have to maintain a minimum GPA anyway as an international student. You have to maintain at least a 2.7 to even have your visa eligible for
Okay.
every semester. So if you don't have a 2.7, they'll probably kick you out. So it's more of like just maintain the minimum GPA. I mean, if you have 2.7, you're pretty much okay to switch to any majors, unless you're going from like a history major to a CS major.
Yeah.
That's then they're like, you have to show exactly what made you switch and take a lot of STEM classes from first year and second year to
Mhm.
even have that switch possible.
And Chaitanya, because you've been there in the US, so I do not remember whether you went with a scholarship, but do you come across people who are studying in the US from different countries who have
Hmm.
received specific scholarships or maybe huge scholarships of what we're talking of, like a $25,000 a year or $100,000 in total? And
Yeah.
do you come across people like that in your school?
Yeah. So, in my particular school, they only offer scholarships to domestic kids, not international.
Hmm.
But I did receive scholarships from Michigan State and Arizona State, if I remember. Yeah, so I mean, scholarships make a difference. Most of my friends at UMD are scholarship holders, and
Okay.
even if you're an international student, you can still apply for grants. Once you get to UMD, there's something called as the Taco Bell Foundation. Taco Bell runs its own scholarship foundation where you submit an application, you can get at least $5,000 to $6,000 a semester if you get accepted, and they fly you out to other places for events. So as international students, you have an option even after you go there to apply for scholarships. But I
Okay.
know that a lot of these like top schools right now, they do offer scholarships, but it's very like limited,
Got it.
especially to like,
So
yeah.
what you're trying to say, even if someone does not get a scholarship and he reaches to a university, there are other opportunities which the university gives you to gain financial aid or financial strength to your application and to your fees, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, great. Another question, obviously, these days you see a lot of turbulence in the job market, a lot of
Hmm.
retrenchment happening, a lot of AI is happening. Because you're a guy who's already got computer sciences and finance at the same time, and you're in your senior year, you're looking at jobs obviously after this. What have you assessed staying there? Because what people in India or across other countries see is a narrative on the media.
Hmm.
What is your perspective on the job fronts, and like how many people are getting it, or getting it at around what salary scales, and what type of fields is what I'm looking forward for?
Yeah. So when the entire buzz started, so it was a lot like obviously affecting the job market a lot. But after it got clarified that the new $100,000 tag is only for people who come from the outside, not
Mhm.
for us when we graduate from there. So it's not affecting us that much. The job market is pretty much same as last year. It's hard to crack as an international student anyway. Like applying to internships and applying to full time is like chalk and cheese. Internships are easier than applying to full time because
Mhm.
internship is like they don't need to sponsor you. It's just 3 months and then you go back to school. Whereas full time, they need to like file for your OPT, pay for the H-1Bs and stuff
Yeah,
like that. So, I mean, I saw the last stream to like Sonakshi said it's pretty much you get an internship, you get a return offer, works for you. If you don't have that, you apply full time. And I personally think the market is not that bad if you can talk to people and network. That's how a lot of people get jobs. The people I know who are international, who have full-time roles, have
yeah.
got it straight through networking. Even at
Okay.
Big Tech, they got a referral from one of the alumni at the school who's working at the company as of now. They got the
Okay.
referral. The referral basically helps you to skip the first initial screening, which is like the ATS, and then
Yeah.
you go down to like first round and second round, and then it's all on you, right? So it's like you just need to get past the first screening and referrals help. So it's more of like if you know people there, it's great.
Yeah.
And once you get into college, you can know they're helping out. Like students from your school, like they really want to help their alma mater as much as they want. So it's
Sure.
like,
So a lot of people have, a belief set,
yeah.
because when we are processing applications and all these university students to their respective colleges, they believe that if you enter the college, the job is assured,
Hmm.
because that's how the Indian system works. There's a campus placement in India,
Yeah. Yeah.
and they believe that okay, if he's going to a top university, he's going to a good college, so he'll get a job for sure. But I would
Yeah.
like you to enlighten them that there is nothing called a campus recruitment, right? You need to
Yeah.
network, you need to move forward yourself to people, you need to sell yourself and your abilities, and you need to find opportunities to show your talent also,
Yeah. I
right?
mean, yeah, I mean, like you said, there is no campus placement. That's not how the schools work there. The only
Mhm.
schools which do have campus placements are Stanford and Carnegie. Now, if you get into a Stanford or Carnegie, I mean, anyone going there would expect to get a job too. But if you go to any other top school, they don't have
Mhm.
specific campus placements, but like you said, it's pretty much on you. Even if companies come to your school, it's pretty much like, okay, like nice to meet you. What can
Yeah.
I do next? Network, like like say something that they remember you, or like talk to them in a way that you're memorable, and then when you apply, you can refer to that conversation you had with that person you met from that
Got
company,
it.
and that
Got
can
it.
help you and take you a long way. But it's more of like no campus placement. Nobody's going to be like, I'm opening up this job only for this school. It's more of
Yeah.
like they come here to talk to people. They find someone who's like memorable. They're like, fine, I've talked to this guy. He seems pretty fun. Seems to have the skill set we need. Let's interview him. That's how it usually works.
Got it, got it, got it. And moreover, sometimes people have or they believe that we can finish a undergrad in 3.5 years and or maybe 3 years, and sometimes students take a 4.5 year instead of four. Uh, why is that variation? I would like you to just enlighten on that front also.
Yeah. I mean, 3.5 is really common. 3 is common too. So what happens is, let's say you want to finish your undergrad in 3 years, sooner than 4 years. You take up a lot of AP classes. As an international student, I'm assuming you're a CBSE kid or something like that. You take AP, you try to get credits in. Every single exam you score well on, you get some college credits. So when I went to school, I took APCS and calculus, and I
Mm.
got 15 credits, so I can skip a semester. But it's more of like you take those credits from here and you can transfer them there. But the only point of graduating early, especially when you graduate 3.5, is if you have a job. Because if you graduate in December and
Yeah,
you don't have a job, well, you only get 90 days of unemployment. So for you, you
yeah,
have to find a job to start the new year. And every single year, the new budgets come out, right? So they release jobs, but they don't hire immediately. They hire for May or June. So if you have a job lined up, great. 3.5 years works, you save money too. But if you don't have a job, try to stretch it out to 4 years and see if you can do that. And that's
yeah,
what a lot of people do, like spend 4 years in college. But yeah, you can graduate in 3 years. I've seen people graduating in 2 years. Like they come in with 90 credits. So like
yeah,
they take whatever 15, 20 APs they can in high school, and they can
yeah.
finish it in 2 years. So that's possible. But even if you come with nothing, I have seen people who came in with zero credits and graduating in 3 years because you can take as many credits you want, right?
Yeah.
Every
So what you
semester.
what you're trying to say is at least take three, if not, but not 3.5, because then you're left midway in a year, right?
Yeah,
And then what do you do for the rest of the time? So it does eat up your stay period also. So
yeah.
either finish it in three or let it remain till four. Don't try to save a cheap buck and then you land in a bigger soup.
Yeah. I mean, like, even if you stay, let's say you finish at 3.5 and you want to stay for 4, you can still take 6 credit, which is just 2 classes. That's what the requirement is on your visa, on your senior year. So usually you have to take 4 classes to even be in the US. But in
Mhm.
senior, you can take 6 credits, and that's just 2 classes. You can take what you want to learn outside of your degree, and you can take those 6 months as a student, learn, and
So
then leave.
not many people know how many students in a class.
So my school's massive. So we have a 30,000 undergrad class. But every single, let's say CS classes, lectures sit around 200, 300 people.
200. And when projects are given, so people are always confused that what type of projects are given, because either they're very theoretical or they're purely practical or they're hybrid, that you require a lot of theory and then need to work on a project.
Yeah.
How does that function?
Well, so I mean, with CS, the best thing is the projects are very hybrid. Like you said, they really give you an industry level knowledge of like, this is how the companies would expect you to do a project, and you do it that way. Like most of my CS projects have been like, do this project and now write a report of what you did, what companies make you do to. And every single thing you do is really monitored. So it's
Mm.
like you're doing something which you learn in class, but you're like expanding that knowledge into a project. And the theoretical side comes in from that exams are also based on the project. So you can have exam questions which are coming from a project that was given to you. So
Okay.
it's like even if you do it somehow without knowing exactly what the project is doing, you will get stuck up when the exam comes around. So no matter what you do, at the end you will study the project. So it's
So
more of
my
like you got to do it.
great. My next question, although I'm aware of it, but when it comes from people like you, it comes from with a lot of authenticity and credibility.
Hmm.
How would you like to comment upon any discrimination which you think might have happened or has happened because you're brown?
Hmm.
And I'm talking of in the campus or in the state also.
Yeah.
And have you found this existing anywhere?
Actually, no, I've been lucky that it's never happened to me. I mean, we are a part of the most unsafe county, Baltimore, but still, it's not that bad. I mean,
Yeah.
I personally have not gone through any discrimination. My friends have been super welcoming. Like, most of my friends are born and raised Americans, and most of them are just super welcoming, super sweet, inviting me for Thanksgiving, inviting me to their family houses. They've never been racist towards me. But I have seen cases of racism on my campus, but that is not subjected to me or my friends. It is things that are out of our hand that goes out there. But
Okay.
I have never seen someone go through racism or discrimination in any order, like even not in front of me. Whoever I've spoken to have been super welcoming, and even the professors or any, like even the TSA people at the airport, they've never been racist towards me.
So what will be your like take for anyone who wants to enter a top uni in the US still? I'm talking
Mm-hmm.
from a perspective of the prereqs and from the jobs. So what will be your perspective on two sides?
Yeah, I mean, for me, for the job part, it's just know exactly what you want to do. AI's with the whole boom of AI, a lot of things are changing. It's not taking up jobs at all. What it's doing is opening new job opportunities for you guys. So know exactly what you want to do. That's something there. And for getting into a top school, they really care about extracurriculars now. Like I worked at the undergrad office, and when we read files because of the whole AI thing, the essays are more of like they want to see genuine intent because the essays can be written by AI and there's no detection, right? So you can't detect an AI written essay. But the only
Yeah.
thing you can do is they're looking for genuine intent and do something you really make like you really enjoy and do it properly. Like I remember like looking at this file, people say that they're part of community service or like nonprofits, but being a part of a nonprofit and making a real impact in a nonprofit is really different. It's like we scale them out of 10. So being a part of a nonprofit is a 3 on 10, but being a part of a nonprofit and making an actual change is an 8 on 10. So schools are making sure that they take people who are making genuine impact
Mhm.
and like do something you enjoy. I mean, I've seen people taking up dancing and doing it for 7 years and then getting into a school, a top school for their top major with a scholarship too. Like they want to see people with like genuine intent and doing something they enjoy. So yeah.
Because you worked in the undergrad department
Yeah.
also. Like
Yeah.
like how long do generally people of adcoms, I mean for my viewers we would like to say the admission commissioners are referred to as adcoms, right? How long do they take to review a file, and what do the first see and last see, like, if you can?
I mean, the only thing we know, so what we do is we look at files, but the end decision is not based on us. The adcoms,
Yeah.
like you said, make it. I mean, the first thing they look at is always like genuine intent in the application. More than grades, what they care about more is like what have you done and how have you used your time. And like the essays matter, right? How you frame yourself. Like, because the essays like that's you in a 500 word or a 1,000 word prompt
Yeah.
and they want to see who you are because they've never seen your face either. The only
Yeah.
thing they've
Sure.
seen is grades, like
Mhm.
in the Indian school grades, or the genuine intent that you've written in the essay. So for the first thing they always look at is the write-up and the extracurriculars. And then I'm talking about UMD in particular, not schools like Stanford, because they look at grades differently. But yeah, genuine intent in the extracurriculars, write-ups, and then they look at grades of like how well can you cope up with pressure. That's what
And
matters.
because I know you've interned at places when you were in your junior year,
Mm-hmm.
what is your last suggestion of students who are going from their sophomore to their junior year, or from their freshman to the sophomore? Like, how do they look for internships, and what do they do, like steps of action, SOAs, that
Yeah.
make sure at least they land up with a good internship?
Yeah, I mean, internships are generally hard to crack as international kid, but what you can do is just start early. Um, I mean, LinkedIn and Handshake is another platform that a lot of schools use, but I use like online trackers. There's GitHub trackers that track new grad jobs and internships, and they basically post new jobs every 5, 6 minutes as soon as they come up. So you can be the first one putting an application through the door if you follow those trackers nicely. You can set up whatever you want to do.
Name some trackers. Name some
Yeah.
trackers.
So GitHub has a tracker called by Simplify tracker. Simplify is
Yeah,
like in Google Chrome extension where you can fill in applications easily. There's another guy called Vansh who has his own GitHub tracker on Google. You can just search up new grad job GitHub trackers. It's there. Um, a lot of people do apply through just personal networks. Like the job or the internship I hold right now is just through personal network. Like I made a friend my freshman year, and then I ended up talking to that friend's network, and I ended up landing an internship at that
yeah,
friend's partner boutique firm, whatever that's there. So I'm working there. But yeah, it's more through network. Like I would say more than job application because 5,000 kids are applying at the same time.
yeah,
If you can make a difference by being memorable, it's different. And the worst part is the application questions are pretty much what's your name, drop in your resume, submit. So that's
yeah,
no way you can like make
yeah,
yourself visible. So it's more of like resume formats are pretty much, yeah. And first thing I would say, fix your resume. Um,
mm,
Resume goes through ATS, it goes through AI. If you
yeah.
don't follow a particular format, you're pretty much not even going to make it to a recruiter's hand. So
Got it. Got it. Got it.
yeah.
So, so the last thing for this evening, and is like before you fly back to your
Mhm.
place, what would you suggest? Like, when should a child or a student begin his preps, and as an eye opener that this is my time now. I should now be alert because I need to apply to good unis across the globe, be it US, UK, Canada, or even Singapore.
For universities, I pretty much think freshman year of high school, so ninth grade. Ninth grade is a great place of starting to build what you want to build. And it's like what you want to put out there. It's like, this is me, and this is
Yeah,
what you'll get out of me if you take me in, is from ninth grade. Because they don't look at, in the US, pretty much middle school. They don't care about middle school much. So it's more
yeah,
of like from ninth grade, start building what you want to do. But for me personally, I started in my 10th grade. So,
yeah.
and I made it to a good school. So it's more of like just do what you want to do. But like when you come to start early, I would say ninth grade is the best time to start and start
Got
building something you want to build. Yeah.
Got it. Got it. Okay. It's been great having you, Chaitanya, with us.
Thank you.
And all our wishes when you fly back to US
Thank you.
for a great job and a great career ahead. And
Thanks.
thank you again, and a very, very good night.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good
Thank you.
night.
Thank you. All right, guys. So we had Chaitanya, and stay tuned for more such students who are studying at top unis in the world globally. Next Wednesday, 9 p.m., we have someone from NTU, and he's a student from DPS Archipuram. Stay tuned for more. All right. Till now, for now, bye. Take care.